guys, today we are talking about sitting. Now, in an ideal world, the way that a little one is going to learn to sit is they've already started being on their tummy and they're quite happy there. You might see them up on their toes doing a little bit of planking. You might see them sort of rocking side to side. Ideally what happens is they're in those positions, they work out that their hips come around to the side, they can use their arm and come into sitting. Now, that's usually seen around about the same time that we're getting little ones to pull to stand, or they're trying to, flail their arms around in a little bit of swimming on their tummy, which can be a lot later than a lot of babies will sit. Now, you might have heard that we shouldn't sit babies, but what does that actually mean? Sitting your little one is absolutely fine. Where we find sometimes there can be problems is with kids that have been sat up a lot with lots of support. So it might be that they're just leaning on you or you've put some pillows and towels behind, is that for our little ones that haven't actually worked out how to get into sitting yet, some of the kids can get stuck there. Now, millions of babies have been sat. You're not going to give yourself a problem, but here's just a few little tips around how to prevent there being any issues and how to help them with their sitting. Generally speaking, babies will learn how to come out of sitting well before they learn how to come into sitting. So when you're sitting, watching story time, you've sat with your little one, had this beautiful time to get up, rather than just picking them straight up to go, one of the simple things we might do is holding their arms, leading them out and rolling them down onto the floor. What that tells them is that's how they can get out. It shows them with that movement that they can come in and out of those positions. They don't just need to flop back onto you or flop back onto pillows, and that they can actually be active in the movement. We can try things like putting them in different positions. So having their legs to the side, which if you can imagine as an adult, if I want to reach something, I would put my hand down and I would roll over those knees. So teaching your little one that they can have their legs in those positions might help them to realize that they can get in and out of that position as well. Rather than always having toys directly in front of them, it's really nice to put toys to the side. So what we actually see is that they're then trying to reach over to get something and they're coming out of that sitting to kneeling. Now, to start off with, they might need a little bit of support. You may end up needing to give them just a little bit more help coming into that kneeling position or coming out of sitting, and that's absolutely fine. Like we've talked about in some of our other videos, babies will learn by doing, by seeing, by being assisted. It's not just up to them having to magically learn how to do it. So by giving them that little bit of encouragement and support, or it might be that as you're playing on the floor and you've put a toy to the side, you teach them that they can use their hand and they can reach in and out of it. Another key thing with sitting is we tend to always give them our body weight to rest against. Something really nice to do is that instead of having them leaning on you, you might move them down your leg a little bit and try and move your hands down. The further up on a baby's torso that your hands are, the less they have to do. So by simply moving your hands down a little bit and moving them away from you can be a really great way for your baby to build all those trunk muscles that they need to be able to sit safely and to help to come out of sitting. Now, beware with this one. They will look for something on the floor and want to drop on you. So always make sure that you've got either a nice firm grip around their pelvis there, or you've got a second hand ready to catch them. You'll start to get to know what your baby does and doesn't do, but they can sometimes dive for a toy a little bit faster than you're expecting. You can also use this as an opportunity to do leaning to the side and up and down, and again, building up all of those trunk muscles and those extensor muscles to help them being all ready to crawl and ready to do all their other motor tasks still to come